The American West is a motherlode of legends and stories of friendship and courage. A romantic and exciting time to be remembered. Travel along with the old cowboy as he shares stories, poems, and music about the American West. Now, here he is, the old cowboy, J.C. Holsey.
Howdy, folks. I want to share with you about the book signing I attended in Llano, Texas, Saturday, October the 3rd. I had a great time meeting and visiting with all the folks and the other authors. But I don't know what it is about this old cowboy. It seems like every time I get out of my front yard, I get lost. Well, this time, I'm going to do it right. At least that's what I told myself. I went to Walmart and bought me a GPS. For all you old-time cowboys, that's one of these newfangled machines that tells you how to go someplace. Surely this old cowboy ain't going to get lost using the GPS. Right? Wrong. I watched I don't know how many Western movies and TV shows. I even write about cowboys climbing in the saddle and heading to town. Even to other states and territories without a GPS or anything else to guide them, and they never get lost. Anyhow, this new GPS of mine wanted to run me in circles and did just that for almost 5 hours that was supposed to take approximately 3.5 hours. As I said, after I got there, I had a great time. It was just a tedious trip to get there. I think it'd been a lot easier if I'd have climbed on my horse and let him figure out how to get me there. Now I'm in the motel room, trying to relax when I decided I ought to go get something to eat. Climbed in my truck, pulled out to the road, stopped deciding which way to turn when I looked across the street and there's a big sign saying Smokehouse. Oh great, I'll park my truck and walk across the street. I can almost taste that chopped barbecue beef sandwich. Well, I ducked the traffic, walked inside the smokehouse. I didn't see any place to order a sandwich. I stepped up to the counter where a man was slicing up some kind of meat, and I asked him, "Is this a barbecue place?" "No," he said, looking at me like I was a dummy. "It's a meat market." Now, is this old cowboy dumb for thinking a sign saying smokehouse should be a barbecue joint? Well, it wasn't. I walked back outside wondering what am I going to do now. I looked down the street and spotted a sign proclaiming old-time barbecue. You know, I don't think I've ever seen a modern barbecue sign. It's always old-time barbecue. Anyway, I walked almost 3 blocks after crossing the street again, and there was a long line, so I stepped in behind some folks waiting my turn. I had never seen a place like this, and I've been in more than a few barbecue places. There was probably 20 or more pits outside. One of the pits was open, and a young man was taking orders there. The folks would tell him what they wanted. He'd slice off a big chunk of meat, place it on a tray, and the folks would take it inside. Now it's finally my turn. I asked him, "How'd I get a chopped beef sandwich?" "Oh, you go inside for that." I wish I'd have known, then I wouldn't have had to stand in line all that time. I went inside and another young man fixed me one of the biggest chopped beef sandwiches I've ever seen in all my barbecue eating days. It cost $5.98 plus tax, but this old cowboy ain't gonna fuss about the price because it was big. I'm telling you, it was big. This is the old cowboy saying adios and happy trails.
Come on back next week with the old cowboy, J.C. Holsey.